The art is beautiful, and we've been talking about this game in Discord. The music. The music. Tell me how the sound is once the game starts. I earned some reward points for something.
I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same.
Why do villains always look like this?
Your kingdom will perish alongside you.
Sounds okay on mobile? Okay.
By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without,
Right?
the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet,
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Here begins the demo prologue of Metaphor ReFantazio. What we have to offer you is but a taste of the story from its beginning, but through it, your experience will mirror the full version. Should you wish it, you may carry over your save data to the full version. We thank you for expressing your curiosity about our tale of fantasy.
Y'all, the prologue has a prologue, right? I just gotta say this. If you're not in Discord, you don't already know this, but I'm gonna make it let it be known now. This game has no damn business being this good. This game has no damn business being this good. Okay. I think I set things, setting, music, sound effects. We turn these down to about 75. Voice has to stay at 100 because hearing issues. If we have any issues with sound, let me know because I set these for me so that I can actually hear voices. Anime subtitles on, yes. Confirmations, we can turn off. We don't want to invert nothing. I'm so happy that option is there for people who need it, but it breaks my brain. We have our network functions on, because you do have an option to have turn network options on. Okay. Yeah, the game's good. You beat the demo. So good. All right. And new game. I think they're going to offer us options for choosing a difficulty level. I will probably go easy. Cause stream.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
Okay. Confirm. Yes, that's my real name.
A most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
No.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe. I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Okay, Rio, this is the demo? This is the prologue demo? Will you be playing the whole thing, like the whole game? I'm already playing the game on Steam. I'm already playing the game on Steam. I've already beat the demo and started the full game on Steam. I am just like for tonight, because I didn't want to like jump in and start playing the whole game, because I know some people don't like it, because I know there's several people in the community who said they are either starting it or going to start it in a little bit, that they wouldn't want spoilers. So I said I would just play through the demo part on stream. Yeah. But this is not my save. This is not my save. Because my save is further along. Also, a heck of a stream commitment for the whole thing. The whole game, that's a whole... I don't stream enough anymore. Like, I used to stream a lot more. Like back on Mixer. So I would commit to finishing whole games. But I don't do that anymore because I don't stream that much anymore. As much as I did back then. All right, so we've got 5 levels of difficulty, right? So we've got Storyteller, which is for players who want to focus purely on the story. Battles pose no threat of death. And then we have Easy, so you do still do the actual battles, but they're easy battles. Then there's Normal, Standard difficulty. There's Hard for players who want intense battles, and then there's Regicide, which I don't know, sounds like a nightmare. A high risk, high reward mode for only battle hardened players. We're gonna, for stream, we're gonna play on easy because I do want to do the battles. I don't know if this doesn't do battles. It says poses no threat of death, so I guess you still get to do the battles, but I want to take damage too because I want to have to heal. So we're gonna start on easy. Let me, you know what, now that we can, no. I want to see if it would let us, I didn't even try to choose Regicide. Okay, you can't choose it yet. I wonder if that's like New Game Plus, or if you can't do Regicide in the demo. We're doing easy. For stream purposes. I'm playing on normal on my personal save.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead?
Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get rid of those?
Come on! Hey, keep it moving! Hurry it up! Next one! Huh? Look at you! What have we got here? He's an elder! So he is. No horns, no knife is. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Rude.
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us?
Okay. It's good to hear. You're definitely interested. Being able to play on the deck is a huge plus. Yes, being able to play on the deck is a huge plus. It runs, I'm playing on my OLED. It runs perfectly. I haven't had any problems, no crashes, no nothing. I know that when the demo first released, there were some like optimization issues that people had like reported having, but Atlus had like immediately came out and said, we see this on that there's a problem on PC, so we're like working on it, and they like immediately patched it. But that was before I had started playing. And it's running perfectly for me. So I guess whatever issues they had early on, they fixed. I haven't tried it on the OG Steam Deck, just the OLED. And yeah, no problems so far. So far. And it's so nice being able to like lay in bed and play this. Okay.
Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Been worse. And from the sounds of it, you're about the same. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
So as you can
Think we'll make
see,
it?
you don't look hurt though, so that's good news. Oh, I think we should find a place we can see the whole area. So as you can see, there's this game is not like holding back on the violence, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So it feels very much like when I first started playing, I was like, this is like playing an anime mixed with Persona at the same time and some other stuff. So people are like it's like playing Persona. It's more like playing OG Persona to me. Like I won't say OG. Like older Personas and not Persona 5, because y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Persona 5. I like Persona 5. It's not the best Persona. It's not the best Persona. Persona 4 Golden is my favorite. And then Persona 3 Portable would be my next in the list. So it plays more like those games. But it is also kind of very strategic. Very strategic. So I feel like it's Persona, but it also gives us I don't know, more battle depth, the possibility of more battle depth. Let's say that, because you can also choose like auto battle and just like tactically give your party members instructions and say, hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I want you to focus on this. And then let them auto battle. You can do that. Or you can like make all of the decisions yourself. And in games like this, I kind of like to do that. If at some point I feel like it's just getting to be like too grindy, or if I'm just like going out and trying to grind levels, I might put auto battle on at some point, but right now I don't feel the need to do that at all. Hey Smithy, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. How was your stream? What were you streaming? Okay. And I won't talk during cutscenes. You don't trust auto battle enough to use it, same. Okay. Roblox, nice.
Let's go.
All right. We got to get to higher ground. Where are we going? I ain't going that way. It looks like there's trouble that way. We going this way.
Stop! Watch out!
It hasn't noticed us yet. Good. We can use face sight, which is always nice, to see what Gallica sees. And face sight will tell us about the enemy. And also when you're in battle.
You look pretty tough. Careful now.
When you're in battle, it will also like tell you what how things are weak to. Oh, we running. Running.
Run!
I am running.
Ugh, I think they see us.
Well, we just did kind of run past them.
Look. Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
No, I hit my head.
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
Music is playing through my mind. The effect of Gallica's magic
was
is
the first
inspiring.
magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier. Look! Over there! Let's go. Got a sec?
Okay, we're gonna go for this road. I lost it already.
Everything's pretty standard.
Alright, we running.
Run!
Ma'am, I am running.
Oh, I think they see us. I don't like this.
Oh shoot. Don't see nothing, nothing to see here.
Not good! Run for it!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even.
Hazy.
The capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
Okay. You like it, you have thoughts and feelings about the story, so you're sucked in for sure. Also, it's basically Persona 6 under another named theme. So that's interesting, right? Because I think Persona 6 is going to have big shoes to fill coming after this. And anything like Persona 5 is not going to fill those shoes. In my mind. Right? Again, that is just my mind. But again, Persona 5 has not been not my favorite in the Persona series. And I also, hey Ludovius, I also wondered why, I know why they didn't release this as Persona 6, because Persona always takes place, it's high school kids, it takes place in high school, it goes very much for that kind of Japanese high school horror theme. And this is based in a fantasy world, and it also has a whole lot of depth. That's why I stopped, because I wanted to. Zuriko said something interesting. You have a lot of thoughts and feelings about the story, so you're sucked in for sure, right? Is that we have, like they say, we have 8 tribes. 8 tribes and 3 nations. So we have 8 tribes of folks, and Elda, which is what we are. Is one of those tribes, right? So one of the reasons that this game has sucked me in so hard and so fast is that it does a lot of social and political nuance, the same kind of thing that I loved in the early Elder Scrolls games. That's the reason that I know, and nobody will understand this, very few people will understand this, the very reason that I didn't like Skyrim, because Skyrim watered that down, right? And this game is not watering that down in any way. It's going for kind of racial prejudice. It's going for organized religion. It is going for all of these things, right? It's going for monarchies. It's going for capitalism. It's going for like all of these things and saying, let's lay all this bare in some really, really interesting ways. And I don't know if anybody who's played the demo or is playing the demo kind of feels the same way or has other thoughts. I want to know what you think, because I want to know why you said that, Z. Okay.
Whatever will I do?
Okay, new in the memorandum, and I want to see if. So here we go. We talked about some of the tribes that we've seen thus far. The Elder tribe, the 9th tribe, distinct from the commonly known 8 tribes, they are condemned by the Sanctus Church for inheriting a dangerous magic heretical to the teachings of the church. Their population is so small that to even see one in public is rare, and they face greater discrimination than any other tribe. In fact, many outside the main cities don't believe they exist. Did you spend 36 hours reading the lore? You know what? You need to get up out my business. I forgot to turn my captions on because I wanted to see how I want to make sure they didn't read that wrong. The Klimar tribe composes the largest population in all the allied kingdoms. Their most distinctive features are the horns, which grow on both sides of their heads. Klimars have a broad diversity of facial and body types, which has essentially made them average. The Ukrainian royal family are Klimar, and members of this tribe hold a majority of important positions within the government, leading many Klimars to internalize the belief that they are the kingdom's most preeminent tribe. Of course they do. Of course they do. There's second pages to this. Hold on. We go back to the Elder. Each of the 8 tribes possesses unique physical traits, making them recognizable at a glance, such as the Klimar's horns or the Rusant's long ears. The Elder tribe, however, bear no such distinguishing feature, and thus are regarded as inferior beings. Klimars value freedom and dislike illogical restraint. They sound like Klingons. They enjoy cultivating discussion, but do not always consider the situation or appropriateness of doing so, which occasionally leads to conflict. However, some studies suggest this disposition is what drives them to seek governmental positions and other important offices. The Rusant tribe, one of the most populous tribes of the United Kingdoms, second only to the Klimar. Long pointed ears are their most distinguishing feature. Now, the Rusant tribe, of course, we see pointy ears, we automatically think of Fae, but no, there are, as we see with Gallica, there are actual Fae, right? So it is distinct from, different from fairies. Maybe if we start to try to think about them in different ways, I think that there's another kind of fantasy race that we can align them with. I won't say what they are. People can make their own distinctions. Beings, damn. Okay, so one of the most populous tribes of the United Kingdoms, second only to the Klimar. Long pointed ears are their most distinguishing feature. They often boast excellent physiques, which has given them superior martial prowess. Recent women are stronger than most men of other tribes. Many inevitably work in the military and hold key offices. They are considered as influential as the Klimar, and the true tribes are sometimes called the prevailing tribes. Many Rusant pride themselves on outperforming others in strength. While this can be perceived as a self-disciplined competitiveness, on the flip side, there are many with a belligerent temperament, obsessed with proving superiority in any situation. And then the Parapus tribe. This is the person we just saw executed in the town square, right? A tribe recognizable by bestial ears and a tail. There are many variations on their hair and skin colors, including cold-colored skin not seen in other tribes. They are physically adept and often honest with their emotions, giving them a reputation for hedonism, for better or for worse. They are drawn to parties and festivities, and while this happy-go-lucky charm is often to their credit, it can be seen as recklessness. Due to this stereotype, they are looked down upon by other tribes, which prevents them from securing a foothold in politics despite being nearly as populous as the Rusant and Klimar tribes. The distinction amongst them is especially obvious in large cities. I think those are the only 4 that we have open so far. And then there's Gallica, who's a fairy, right? Who accompanies traveling boy on his journey, doubling as his chaperone for his special mission. Her diminutive size excludes her from participating physically in battles, but her special fairy traits allow her more proficiency than traveling boy when it comes to sensing magla and knowing magic. Though she can become heated when her personal values are tested, she is a reassuring travel companion. Hey King, how are you? Okay. So those are the basically the tribes that we know so far. The Elda, the Klimar, the Rusant, the Parapus, and we know that the fairies exist. Snow out! Congrats on hitting in 7. That is 1,000 hours in chat. Level up hype. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I don't believe Zuriko asked me if I spent 36 hours reading all the lore. Maybe, but you ain't have to call me out like that. All right, we're gonna save. Maybe, but you ain't had to call me. You ain't had to call me out like that. We ain't got no money. Okay. So, anytime you see these little people who have these ellipses over their heads, it's a good idea to stop and talk to them, because not only can you find out things just from talking to random NPCs, but they are kind and generous souls, and sometimes they will give you stuff.
Ugh, come off it.
She, on the other hand, is not a very nice person. She says we wield devilish magic that defies the teachings of sanctism. If you were so magical, I doubt you'd have had it so hard in life. She's aggravating, but let's not cause a scene. We should have kicked her. When you play an RPG, you talk with all the world. You know what? I love talking to people in the world. I do. All right, we're heading in the right direction. Hey, girl, hey. Shady woman. Oh, that's all you gonna say to me? Fine.
Elder, here.
Oh.
Look at that. The new model's out now.
I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
Would you though?
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Our follows are intentionally anonymous. Feel free to say hey, though. Okay. What's a magic igniter?
What's a magic igniter?
See, there's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter casts magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
The royal scepter?
You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. Passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic. World-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead. But no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
Congrats, King. Good job. You can come play Black Ops 6 with us. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Let's head there.
Okay. Going to the recruitment office. Excuse me, sir.
Give me a phone, I say. Who else could it
be?
She was hoping we were gonna blend in. But we don't have no ears or horns or tails. People may insult you, but do your best to stand tall.
All right.
Or we can punch them. I'm just kidding. For the sake of the mission, we're going to the recruitment center. Should be just ahead. Got it. All right.
What are you playing at?
You be sure to play with us at least once. Okie doke.
Dear me.
Don't feel obligated. Don't feel obligated. But it could be fun.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead.
It's like real life. I don't lie because I got the world's worst memory.
Okay.
And I can't remember what lie I told.
A blue blood, are you?
The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up.
I don't like him.
An elder? I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those.
Ooh, can we talk about military
what brings
recruitment?
you to enlist?
You're playing Ghost of Tsushima. You must get back to it. See you later. Enjoy. One of these days, I'm gonna actually start playing that. I own it. I want to fight for change. I need the money. I'm just so bored. I want to fight for change.
I want to fight for real change.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse, no? So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
I'm stronger than I look. I have a sharp mind. I can take a lot of punishment. I'm small but quick. I've always been lucky. I'm small, but I'm quick. This dude is too much.
I'm small, but quick.
Yes, I could see that. Always the cowards who run the fastest, eh? Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Okay, so this is you have to name yourself twice. The first time they're like, what's your real name? So you can put in whatever your name is. And then here's where you name the story's protagonist. There is no customization of the protagonist. So you're gonna play as this elder child. So I'm just gonna put Sam. Because, you know, when you got a name like Sam, you can be any number of different Sams. And it works for all your characters. So I get to use my real name.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sighting, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property, so if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next!
Okay, we got a long line to stand in. We gotta wait our turn. Got it. Where's the line? Okay, here it is.
Whoa.
The line starts behind me? Or was there something else you needed? Are you really a noble? Nope, nothing. Are you really a noble? Guilty as charged. Countryside son of a lord. My family is of no real consequence. So he's a noble, but he's not a noble. Let's say I have my own circumstances. I'm volunteering in order to fight in order to protect the kingdom. Okay. So we have kind of a shared reasoning rationale. Join the queue.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What did they call them? Something like, human...
Next! Another Clamar. Wait, no. You don't look like the others. Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force! Crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high.
I like our
mighty
noble
Clamar,
friend.
Is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
With his 1980s double belt on. Thanks.
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Hey, good luck, don't die.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter. These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
Igniters take many forms. The necklaces
Take this
and the
too.
staffs.
Protect it with your life.
We got a map.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger. And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Still don't like him.
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Ain't nothing to like about that man. Nope. Nope, I'm asleep.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Haha, very funny. Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
You right, girl. It's a lot.
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. Try to put it behind you, okay? Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
I'd rather not think about it.
I'd rather not think about it.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I'll drop it. The prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks.
Tinkerbell's so tiny.
It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Whoa. You see, no magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world.
Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own?
Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.